Hey there, GFG. It's Drew here, and it's the 29th. And yes, guys, if you've been following the posting group, basically the last week, I did have laser eye surgery. And if you get a close up look at my eye here, you can, I don't know if you want to see it, but they're all like blood vessels broken and stuff like that. It kind of looks like I just had a baby or something. So that's why I'm wearing these glasses, and also the light. The light, once you have laser eye surgery, guys, the light really affects your eyes. Until they fully heal. So I have to wear glasses. These are the sunglasses they send you out with when you're done your laser eye surgery. And I look like RoboCop with these things on, so I'm not going to wear these. And I've got my kind of stylish sunglasses here. They said I could wear this, so this is fine. So guys, if you're wondering why is Drew wearing sunglasses, that's not very appropriate. It's because I have to. If you want to, see videos and see me and stuff like that, I have to wear these glasses until basically for 2 weeks I have to wear them. So it's a pretty long time. All right, so let's jump into this now. So this last trading week, guys, just because of what's been going on in the world, news that Trump has put out over the last week's really stirred up the U.S. Dollar and stuff like that. Obviously, if you just turn on your TV, that's what everyone's talking about. And BTC, guys, like this has just been a bad week for us because BTC also, it's a huge power in currency nowadays. And just the news that they're putting out the fork and stuff like that, and actually breaking BTC in two different sections on the 1st, which is next Tuesday, has also kind of interrupted the Forex market. Okay, so trades this week, guys, have not been that great. We still came out on top. We didn't see any huge loss from us just doing something stupid like, okay, yeah, we got to just keep on trying to get these guys results, and no matter what what the market is like or what the outcome is. Actually on the 25th here, just actually I don't need to show you guys because you guys all have your own accounts, but on the 25th we had a positive gain, guys, and our positive gain was about 2%. Okay, which is really good for one day, but that was basically the only positive gain over the whole week because the traders just decided, listen, I wouldn't trade and do this to my personal account, so I'm not going to do it to the members' accounts. Okay, and that's basically the decision it came down to was, we wouldn't do this to our account, so we're not doing it to your account, and that was the outcome. That's basically what they told me, and I totally agree with them. I said, you know what, let's not involve risk in this. The whole purpose of this system is to make money, to build for seed, and to build a system that, people can come in and they don't have to add funds to it. They can just start earning, through a recommendation of a member, and sorry, and the admin funds them. So my body, guys, when I did laser eye surgery, it kind of got really messed up because I was, if you saw videos from the last week, I was really nervous about getting it done because I need my eyes, of course. And, there is that 1% chance where something can go drastically wrong and something could go wrong, right? So I was kind of in the back of my head thinking about that. I didn't get much sleep the last week, which ended in the result this week is I kind of a little bit sick. I got a little bit of a cold this week, so I might be coughing here and there throughout this video. And so that's about it. Okay, so let's get to, guys, I just wanted to cover that at the start of the video here because I know this is new. This is just our second week, and within the second week, we basically saw trades for 2 days. And, the normal trading week is 5 days. Okay, so I want to, guys, I want you to know what's going on our side, and we're not just making a post in group saying, yeah, we're not trading. Trading's, the market's bad, right? I want to put out a video and just tell you guys like what I know. And the other flip side of this, what I was saying at the start, is, this whole fork thing in Bitcoin, guys, it is affecting a lot of things because in FX Choice, guys, we can fund with Bitcoin. Okay, so what I'm going to show you guys in this video right now is the awesome news. I'm seeing this as awesome news, okay, because any system that we can use Bitcoin in, I feel is a really good thing because Bitcoin's great to build. Okay, it's not great to build to rely on to, be your full-time income or whatever, because it is something that is not seen by most governments and stuff like that. But people love using it, guys. If you keep it for a year or so or whatever, normally you see great results from it if you just don't go and get it and spend it right away, kind of thing. So, if we can use Bitcoin in, for making deposits and trading, it is really, really good. Okay, I see it as an extremely positive thing. So this is a mail that came in. When did this come in? A couple days ago, 2 days ago, guys, from FX Choice. And today was the first day that I could actually see it because of my eyes. If you've ever known someone who has laser eye surgery, or, you've done it yourself, you know that your, they call it nearsighted, but it's actually like seeing far away. They fix that's what gets fixed. But your farsighted, your visual that's close up, actually gets a little bit worse the first couple weeks. It's like, for me to read something, guys, I have to actually hold it back like, a couple feet from my face, because if I hold it like this, it just looks blurry. So that's part of the laser surgery. But it recovers in a while. So I didn't even bother really looking at my emails, till about a day or so ago. And we got this one email from FX Choice. Okay. That is awesome news, guys. And this is the great news I want to share with you, is that they've decided to actually not drop BTC. Okay. They're going to, of course, they're going to take it out and do what everyone else is doing. It just, putting it off to the side until this whole thing gets, resolved with BTC and stuff. But they're actually going to keep it in the system. Like you'll be able to use it to make deposits and stuff. So this will be, guys, I think what I'm going to do is, because BTC, everyone can use it. Like, everyone can go in their back office in FX Choice, and they have a BTC option there to fund into withdrawal from. With Skrill, we don't all have that option, okay? Especially the US members, that they can't use Skrill to add funds or to withdraw. They can receive funds through Skrill, and that's why we're using Skrill, because it's the second best option to use in there, because we can send everyone funds, because Skrill is worldwide. Okay. But the US members, and I think another country out there that not too many members are part of, I remember hearing some members saying, I can't use Skrill as well. Guys, it's the majority of people can use it. So that's why we're using it. Okay. But BTC, everyone can use. So could be, if they decide to, well, they are going to have BTC in the system. But if it's something that is like within that, within the month before we send out the next seed funds, guys, every single month we send out seed funds to the members, looking for seed funds, basically, right? If BTC is available, then that's what we're going to use. We're going to actually use BTC, so we don't have the problem of, the US members figuring out their own way, like taking the funds from their Skrill, putting it to their credit card, or sending it to their bank, or whatever they're doing, and then using their credit card to actually fund FX Choice. Okay, so if we can just use BTC for everything, sending you guys funds and all that stuff, then it makes it a lot more simple. Okay, and the other thing too is Skrill is like PayPal. I'd say they're more strict than Payza. Okay, they're more something like PayPal, where they really look into, like if it's your first time using it, they really look into what you're doing online and stuff like that. So a lot of times when I'm sending people funds, and because it's the first time they've ever used Skrill, sometimes Skrill actually freezes the funds when they hit that member's account, because that account is new. Okay, so that's another issue that we're seeing, is some people saying, I can't use these funds because they're frozen in my account for like a couple of weeks, or I have to respond back to Skrill through, saying what the funds are for, stuff like that, guys. So BTC could be a very, very good thing for us to use. later on. Okay, obviously not right now. Would just be a very stupid thing to do, is to use BTC in this system for seed funds. But later on, I think it'll be more valuable to us than just everyone using Skrill. Okay, because even as I was saying, like those new people coming in that have never had a Skrill account, they'd never received a transaction through Skrill. Skrill's asking them for just to fill out a little information for them, basically. Okay, and some people are even having their funds frozen on them till they receive that information from people. Okay, so I see this as really, really good news, guys. Okay, and the next thing here I want to talk about is we'll just kind of do what we normally do and just show, guys, I love showing results, right? Showing that this stuff works. Even though last week was, I would say, it's not bad. It's not like we lost money or anything like that, but it wasn't the 12 or 11% that we saw the first week. Okay, basically we just saw good results from one day, and the next day we had a loss, guys. 80% of the time, what I'm seeing over the last 7 months of trading with this team, guys, is 80% of the time we're gaining, we're winning, and 20% of the time we see a loss in trades. Okay, so if anyone knows about trading, those are like really, really good results. They're borderline unbelievable, but they're still, well, we've been seeing them, and you guys are going to see them as well. Okay, so it's good. So guys, we had our first loss on the 26th. We had a loss of, if you had a $100 account, you probably lost, maybe you on the 26th lost like $1 or something like that. But the day before you had a gain, which was around 2%. So our gain was actually, much more greater than the loss that we had on the next day, the following day. So the week was a positive week. It wasn't, we didn't, if you had $100 in your account, you still came out on top with more than what you had. Okay. So if you guys understand now, why didn't Drew do videos all week? Why didn't I come on here, guys? Once again, I had laser eye surgery, and of course, as you can tell, I'm kind of under the weather because of it. Just the kind of stress it caused, and I was just basically out of it for 2 days after they hop you up on pills. I didn't have the normal, go in there and just get your eyes zapped, guys. I actually had to have an operation because my eyes were really, really bad, and it wasn't LASIK, it was laser surgery. There's two kinds of differences there. Okay, so let's get going here. So we've got, let's look at the results from the last. So this would have been the 5th is our positive gain that we had. Or no, this was the 5th day would have been the Monday. Okay, so this would have been the start of the week, guys. So we're looking at 365.81. Okay, so we'll go back here, and this would be the end result of our week. Okay, so 365.1. We'll take this number here. And this is what I kind of just like to do, guys. I know it's not going to give you the exact percentage, but, as I can tell from these numbers right now, it's about 2%. Okay, so if I just go minus 2%, we're looking at 64. So it's a little bit over 2% is what we earned. That like a tad. I would say 2% if someone was asking me what were your gains over the week, it'd be 2%. Our monthly goal is 30 to 50%. So if they, sorry guys, my glasses are fogging up here. I'm starting to get hot. Okay, so if the trading team sees, which they will, guys, over the next 2 weeks or so, they're going to see some good trades. Okay, so what they're going to do is with those good trades, they're going to most likely trade for a longer period of time with them. So what's that called is it's called holding trades. Okay, so this month especially, what we're going to do, because we had such a crap week in the market this past week here, guys, is we're going to hold trades. Okay, so there's an upside to this and there's a downside to this. The downside to this is the people that are coming in with their seed funds and sorry, and funding FX Choice, guys, is that if we're holding trades, then if they fund after we've started holding, that trade or whatever, then they're not going to see that trade because that trade was placed before they funded their account. Okay, so that's the downside about it, is that basically the people that have funds in their account, as those trades that we're holding are placed, they're the only ones that are going to see those trades. The new people coming in that are just adding funds, guys, which is just, it's common sense, right? If you don't have funds in your account and we place a trade, of course you're not going to see results from it. That's basically what it is in a nutshell. Okay. The positive side of this is, it's less work for the traders, because all they do is they follow that trade and they're not looking for new trades to place, because they're just following that trade. And what they do is they set a loss on the trade. Okay. So basically what it's called is a closing loss. So if that trade, if they feel, okay, we don't want to lose more than, say, $2 on that trade, and it's $100 account, okay, then they would set a loss at $2. If that trade gives a loss of $2, the trade automatically closes. Okay, so it's kind of a safety net, so that we don't go and they get 10 trades trading at once because they're trying to make up from the last week that we only got 2%. They're trying, maybe they're trying to do 20% over the week. If that trade that they placed goes below $2 or hits $2, it just closes the trade. Okay, so then they can go and they can see, okay, that was a losing trade. Let's go and focus on something else here. Okay. The positive end of this thing, of course, guys, is it's like I just said, it's easier for them in the long run. And the huge thing is that you're going to get better results from holding trades, because we can get we could get 10% or 5% or whatever off one trade. Here, I'll just log into our little demo account here, and I'll show you guys. Okay, so this is the trade. So this is the one here that we lost. Okay, this one it actually turned out to be a good trade, and this is where we started talking about holding trades, because we would have made 11% off this trade if they had have held the trade. But I told them not to take any risk, and if basically to set a close on each trade. We don't want to, like, the worst thing to do is to come in here, you guys have $100 or whatever to fund your account, and we put a close on a trade and we lose $50, half your account, and then you can't even trade anymore because it's not catching. Okay, that would be the worst case scenario. Which, if we set a stop on a trade of, say, on that account, say $2 is kind of where it stops the closing. Okay, then basically what would happen is you'd only lose like $2. Okay. On the other flip side here, guys, what happened with this trade here, if they had have kept it open, which that's what he recommended. He's like, Drew, just keep the trade open. And I was like, we can't take any risk. We don't know exactly the outcome of that trade. And he's like, I'm sure it's going to turn out, it was a good trade. And guys, it did turn out. Okay. So if I had listened to him, we would have made 11% instead of 2% this week. Or no, we would have made 12% basically, because the day before we did 2%. But here's the thing, is that I don't want to put your guys' accounts at any sort of risk, like any kind of risk, right? If you got $100 in there, losing $2 in a day, that's okay, right? Because most likely the next day or the day before or whatever, like in this case here, you're making gains, okay? So we're always on a positive road up kind of thing, okay? So this trade here, guys, I don't know why I'd even have to share that with you, but I felt, I want you guys to know what I know. And what I know is that if we had have held that trade, we would have seen 11% on that trade. And he actually sent me a screenshot of it, which I'll find the screenshot and I'll show you guys that it was just crazy. We actually backed out of that trade at the worst time. And it was my decision, guys. I decided, you know what, if this thing turns out bad and that $100 account actually loses like $10, that's going to be horrible, right? People probably go and say it's a scam and blah, 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 all this stuff. But if we had held it, we would have made 11%. And 11% on a $10 account or $100 accounts, like, you know, that's pretty damn good for one day, right? Okay, sorry, my glasses keep on fogging up here. All right, so if we go back here and we look at this, the 25th, guys, the 25th was kind of the start to seeing that the market was not going to be that great, because if you look on the 25th, they placed like 5 trades on the 25th. You know, we did good. We made about 2%, but we lost some trades here. Okay, so the last trade they placed was US against Canadian. And if you look, guys, you know what I said at the start of the video, most trades are placed with US dollar, right? Okay, we're trying to do something with the US dollar. So this one here, we won, you know, $1.45. On this count, guys, it's this counts like $4,000 in here. Okay, it's this demo one that I've got, $3,800 is in here. Maybe I should try and wear these glasses. These things keep on fogging up on me. Oh man, these are mega dark. Hardly see out of this. So this trade here that we placed, these ones are fogging up like crazy too. Okay, I just won't go with the glasses for a bit because I really want to finish this video, and this really hurts my eyes. But I'll hurry it up so I don't ruin my eyes here. Okay, so this one here, guys, you know, $26 that was a loss, a negative. Okay, and then this one here, $45 gain, or sorry, $54 gain, and this one here is a $70 gain. And then that day there, that's the first trade that was placed on the 25th, was a $46 loss. Okay, so 25th, we came out on top, guys, at about 2% of our, you know, of your account. So you basically made 2% of your account in that one day, which is good. That's kind of what we're aiming for, is around 2 to 3%. Okay. And then the next day we had a loss, and they just decided, you know what, we could just be all over the place if we just kept on trading and stuff. And they decided, you know what, let's just wait till this market kind of smooths out. And, you know, I'm sure, well, we'll know on the first, we'll know about BTC, guys, what's going on with that. I'm sure it's fine. You know, all the big companies out there that really, you know, they pay a lot of money to research all this stuff, like, you know, FX Choice, Exapo, Coinbase, Blockchain, you know, all those big companies, they put out basically the same message that, you know, nothing's really going to change. They're just splitting this thing in two. And most likely, you know, what we're hearing from most of those big companies is the value of the BTC will go up. Okay, it's not going to drop and everyone's going to fall off the face of the earth and that's it kind of thing. The message that was put out at the start by social, you know, by just the average person on social media was, you know, when this first came about, was that BTC was going to kind of end, and this is the worst thing that could possibly happen. And the experts were all just saying, no, you know, don't listen to anything people are saying out there. And then now we have, you know, just the proof, guys, that these big, huge companies out there that probably spend, you know, if not millions and millions of dollars per year, you know, doing BTC transactions and all that, probably billions of dollars actually. You know, they're basically saying the same message. All of them is that, you know, everything's fine, and they're just going to kind of hold off on things until this whole fork and all that stuff is completed and done with. Okay, we don't know exactly how long that's going to be, but it looks like FX Choice will be using BTC again. Okay, guys, so I got to end that video there because my eyes right now are just, you know, I can't look at the computer screen. I can't look outside. I got to wear my glasses. They keep on fogging up. So that's it for me, guys. I want to go over one more thing here that is really, really positive news, guys, is that we're bringing in the next test group of people, which is not even a test group anymore because we know it works. The first test group we had through, if you're watching this video, you're in it, was to make the site smoother, the GFG site, guys, the Get Forex Guide site, just to make it smoother and make the process easier for people when they're coming through, to decide if we actually do we need member-to-member support. I feel that we do need member-to-member support because it's going to, you know, it'll really help us out on our end. And, you know, the hardest part for us, the admin team in this is collecting your information through the form, then verifying it, and then sending the funds. Sending the funds is not that difficult, guys. The hardest part is collecting that and gathering that info and then verifying it, because we have so many people trying to cheat us right now. It's incredible, guys. What we actually do, guys, if we find people are adding people and it's like, you do like 3 or 4 people in the same day, or we just notice the same name is adding people over and over again, we actually go and block you from this group. We kick you out of GFG, okay? And we disconnect your account from FX Choice, okay? Most of the people, guys, that are trying to scam us and trying to get funds out of us, they're not going to put funds that, they wouldn't put their funds in FX Choice, right? So that's an easy thing. But we kick you out of group and we kick you out of GFG. So it's kind of a waste of trying, guys, it's just a huge waste of time to try and go and scam funds out of this thing, okay? Huge waste of time, because what it does is, first off, we always catch them because we take the time to look into it, because this is not just the $49 and below seed funds, guys, getting sent out. This is like, if someone goes and writes down, hey, my seed funds are $2,000, that's a huge difference compared to $49, right? And if that person is writing $2,000 and then they're going and they're obviously trying to do something, with this, like adding a bunch of people to group, going and creating a ton of accounts in GFG from the same IP address, or just, something that is obviously like off, and not honest, then what we do is we don't even think about letting these people through, sending them funds, nothing like that. We just block them, because there's no point looking into someone's activity that is doing something like that, right? There's no point. So this is what I'm saying here, is never, ever, ever add people to this group. If you add people to this group, then we look at you, and if we see something just a little bit off, then we block you from everything. Because, guys, honestly, I don't want to deal with bullshit people. Just don't want to deal with them, right? If you've seen what we've been through with over the last, I would say 7 months, guys, it's just crazy, right? People creating scam groups so they can launch their own revenue shares. People taking advantage of the Facebook group here and adding people to it, all that kind of stuff, guys. It's just, the best thing we can do right now is focus on getting the proper people in here, okay? The ones that are positive, the ones that, are going to go in the trading system and help build for seed funds. Okay, that's very important to us, is that we get the proper people in here. And, of course, is to just stay clear of all the bullshit out there, right? Just stay clear of it, right? You guys that are watching this video right now, you've gotten some seed funds. You know that this is actually true. It's happening. And the best thing we can do is take the proper people, take the people that you're going to come in here, you're going to get your seed funds, you're going to put it in FX, and you're going to help everyone together, guys, build funds, right? Build these seed funds. And every single month, we're going to be sending you seed funds, okay? Next month, as I was saying there, guys, it might be through BTC. We don't know yet, okay? If BTC pulls through with FX Choice and they're using it, then, of course, like, I'm going to be using BTC, because it's easier for the members that way, right? The US members don't have to think about, okay, how am I going to fund my account? Because I can't fund with Skrill, but I have funds in Skrill that Drew sent me, stuff like that, okay? Those questions aren't there. Okay, guys, so that's it for this video. So the good news, I made a post here, guys, and the good news about my post, I said in my post that I have some good news to share with you. I think it was down here somewhere, is that FX Choice looks like they're going to use BTC, and that's just awesome. Okay, so that's it from me. I'll see you guys in another update video here. Might not be tomorrow. My eyes just really hurt now from just constantly looking at the screen and looking outside. So might not be tomorrow, guys. I might have to give myself my eyes another rest, because you don't want to mess this up, right? You don't want to mess your eyes up after you have surgery on them. So I'll see you guys most likely, definitely by Monday, probably Sunday. I'll put out something, or Monday, okay? So that's it. See you guys. Bye-bye.